We're starting. No, we're just starting. This is a group of some of the original people that started Barn Cat Outreach. This is Mary Nesbitt. Mary is co-founder along with Dr. Kim Wilson, who started the organization back in 2009. Mary, you are a licensed tech vet. Is that correct?
I am a licensed vet tech.
Or a vet tech. That's a good one, too.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that and why you started the organization?
So we started the organization just because we both grew up, either grew up or now, or both, have had lots of experience with, farms and barns and, having cats dropped off. And, a lot of people we know have cats that have been dropped off. And it's hard, when you get a lot to try and find, someone that, number one, will even deal with ferals, and number two, it can get, very cost prohibitive with that as well. So, there wasn't much around this area that, really anything besides driving, 45 minutes to an hour to get, help for the cats. So we started up the program so that we could have something here in this very rural area that we live in to help out the community that we live in. And I think we've done, 8 or 9 different counties, and more than that people have brought cats to us from, because there is such a need in the area.
Awesome. Now, do you do this, is it the same price as you go to a vet? Is it lower cost?
It's lower cost. We get a lot of donations from people. All of our, people that help at the clinics are all volunteers, including the vets and the other vet techs as well. So it's just basically the cost of the supplies and everything that we use, because we're able to do that with the donations and everything. And, we're not doing it to make money. We're doing it to, help the community members and the
So this
cats.
is a not-for-profit organization?
It is, yes. We got our 501c3 not-for-profit status last year, which is great. So we're hoping to be able to get some grant money this year so we can help do some more.
That's awesome. Now, how do you find places? This is a question I actually have. How do you find these places? I mean, we're in this beautiful barn that somebody obviously had donated time and the use of.
It's nice. We've received really positive feedback from the community, which we weren't sure what feedback we would receive at first. Just because we didn't know, we'd never really done this on our own before. So a lot of people have just said, we have this space if you need to use it. So they've been so helpful to us to just jump out there. And
it's all donated then?
It's all donated.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So,
thank you.
Yeah.
Dr. Kim, or Dr. Wilson, can you tell me about your past as far as your veterinary time that you've been a vet, and why, well, not why you got into it necessarily, but what you find to be beneficial to the community about doing this spay and neuter clinics?
I've been a vet for 10 years. I've worked at several clinics, and living down here in the community down here, I saw that there was definitely a need to do the cats, the feral cats. They're not the cats that people are going to take to the hospital and abide by their policies as far as bringing them back for vaccines and stuff. So I certainly felt there was a need, and we just have the heart to help the cats.
That's awesome. And we appreciate that. You do a great job.
Healthier cats as far as they're less fighting, there's less infections, less diseases that they spread amongst each other, and they get along better, definitely less pet population. And then as far as the community.
Yeah, how does this, obviously this tape is about helping your community. How do you think this benefits the community by having the feral cats spayed and neutered and reducing the population? Anybody? Go, Pam. Come on, you were great.
Well, Kim made a perfect point first about the fighting, because we had a feral cat wander into a colony that I manage, and he was trying to fight with all the cats. And one of the neighbors adopted him, had him spayed, neutered, and we don't have that problem anymore. He comes around, but they all just stare at each other, and there's no chasing or fighting or problems. And that's
a peaceful environment to live in then for the animals and yourselves. It helps you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And at the end of the day, it's a problem now or it's a problem later. So we either get these cats early and young and have them spay and neutered before they begin to breed, or we have a multiplied population that we just have to catch later and still do something with, even if sadly that ends up being euthanizing those animals. And I'd rather catch them early and spay and neuter
Sure.
them than to try to catch them later and have to put them down.
Sure. I found it very interesting that watching the surgeries that you all have done is even the cats that we kind of have kidded about in a sense, but that are not pregnant, but you found that they've had these massive infections, and you're taking care of that. Are those life-threatening if that was to go uncared for?
It could be.
It could be.
Yeah.
So basically, you're helping to keep those cats healthy as well, even on top of spaying and neutering them. And I know that you've probably had cats come in here that have been in rough shape, had been beaten up, whatever. Or do you find that that is a
Most of the, injuries that we see with the cats that come in are from fighting with each other, which is so frequently because of, their hormones, and they're fighting for their territory. So, once they're spayed and neutered and those hormones are diminished, then that definitely decreases their chances of, needing to fight with one another or wanting to fight with one another because of that. So definitely, like we had said before, it just makes for a much more peaceful
environment.
Environment for them. And then, especially with the tomcats, they're not going to be roaming, miles and miles to, find the females when they don't have those hormones influencing them.
so that's more safety for us in our vehicles.
Right.
Seriously, you're not hitting them.
Definitely.
They're not on the road traveling.
Yeah. And they're not going to be like spraying, their urine around and everything like that too. So.
Well, ladies, you do go ahead,
I was
please,
just gonna
Pamela.
say, female cats that are constantly giving birth and then nursing and then being pregnant again and starting all over again, they're weakened. And for people that want barn cats for mousers and things like that, you have a much healthier cat if you go ahead and get them spayed. And then they're in your barn. They're stronger and healthier.
They're
not
gonna be
having
better.
to continue to
Right.
reproduce. So you're getting a better mouser.
Absolutely.
It's
Well,
been
thank you.
proven that TNR works, and it's less cost prohibited than euthanizing.
Than euthanizing. How many cats, just off the top of your head, so I'm not getting to be exact, have you done in the past, and how many have we done so far this year? Do you guys, I think it was 1,037 last year.
Yep.
Up till last year.
1,121 as of today, and this is our 4th season.
Nice, nice. Well, thank you all very much, Jackie. Don't be so talkative. Jackie, what do you think is honestly the best thing that comes out of being within this, having the spay and neuters done? What do you think is the best thing? For the cats, for the community?
Both,
Yeah.
both of them, cats and community. If you euthanize them, you're never going to catch up.
Okay, perfect.
Because the ones you don't catch will be having babies upon babies upon babies.
And there's never going to be a shortage of barn cats. So for people that think, I don't want to get them spayed or neutered because I want a constant flow of barn cats. But the truth of the matter is there's thousands of cats in a given period of time that are put down because there is no home for them. So you'll never run out of barn cats. There'll never be a shortage. So don't think that way.
And in more worldwide basis or a bigger span, I don't even know what to say, to be honest with you, but that's the truth for all animals, like people that have puppy mills and stuff like that. Why would you do that? Because there are so many that are in like Lollipop and places of that nature. There will always be barn cats, and there's always going to be puppies and kittens or other animals that need you to come and rescue them.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you all for your time today and all that you do and allowing me to come and help. Trish wants to get in there. Hi.
I'm scrubbing instruments. Hi.
Thanks.